at home wants to do it, wants to put it or show on their platform.
Uh, Great. Hello, everyone. Hello, we are live now. Oh, you have music. That's nice. That's nice. Hello, everybody, and hello from Toronto. And we're now in Toronto, and we're 8 o'clock. And welcome joining us, like people from all over the world, from Hong Kong, from Asia, from Kingston, from San Diego, from the U.S. Thank you for joining us today. And today is our Golden Lotus, our first live in Hong Kong album, and it's our launch party. And my name is Nick. George is just amazing. Thank you. Yes, great. All right, thank you so much. My name is Nick, and we're gonna do a quick introduction for everybody. Yeah, we're gonna do a quick introduction. And how about let's start here, George?
Hello, I'm George. I'm the composer, creator of Golden Lotus, and welcome. So what we have here is all these people we worked with on Golden Lotus way back, and I haven't seen most of them until now. I mean, we texted, pretty much everybody we've texted and stuff, but this is the first time I'm actually talking to them, a whole chunk of them. So I'm so glad that you can come and join us as we have this reunion. Thank you for coming.
Hello, my name is Harriet Chung. Thank you, Sven. You're here. Thank you for joining our party. And thank you so much for all our amazing power cast, incredible cast from all over the world right now. Like most of you are in Hong Kong, and we're from Malaysia, San Diego, and yeah, okay, yes, and we are in Stouffville, Ontario. Yes. Welcome, everybody.
Why would you introduce yourself for a little bit? Like, who do you play?
Oh, yes. Yes, my name is Harriet Chung. I play the title role, Golden Lotus, Pan Jingnian. Thank you.
Yeah. And how about can I invite everybody to introduce yourself for a little bit? Can we start with Scott? Because Scott, you are on the far left of our screens. Scott, welcome. It's good to see you.
Scott Watanabe from San Diego, California. I played the district intendant, and I've known Harriet. We did Family Opera in Toronto together.
Thank you so much, Scott.
Oh, by the way, there's some technical difficulty with I think Samantha and Billy are trying to get on, but they can't get on. So.
No problem. We can take a minute. I'm sorry. And we have to come in. Okay. Sounds good. All right. And now, can we invite Emily to introduce yourself? Hi, Emily.
Hi there. I'm Emily from
Ivy, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Can we only have one head in the screen? Because the platform detects the number of heads. We're only allowed to have an X number of heads. Because other people are trying to get in. So if we have two heads on your screen, we can't let in Ronan or Billy.
Okay.
Sorry. Thank you.
Okay, I'm so sorry, Emily, but can we restart with Emily?
I'm Emily from Hong Kong. I was the director of the musical Golden Lotus, and I responsible for overall artistic vision and everything, basically. Very happy seeing you all here. All right, I haven't seen you since 2014.
Wow.
Great chance seeing you all.
Yeah. Yes, great. Great, we're back. Thank you so much for the introduction, Emily. Okay. I can be off screen? Okay, great. I can be off screen?
You're not a cast member. You can be off screen.
Okay, great.
You want to be off screen, or I can be off screen.
No, we can take turns.
Okay, great. So, hi, it's Nick. I will be off screen, so we can have our cast members in our chat. I'm so sorry for this. No, you have to talk to the mic. Okay, great. All right, thank you so much for the introduction, Emily. It's great to see a director because I myself is a director. All right, can we have Mark to introduce himself?
Sure. Oh, my big face. Hi, everyone. How you all doing? Yeah, my name is Mark, and in the production, I played the fruit peddler. I am Australian-born Chinese, but I've been in Hong Kong for 14 years now, working in the arts. But right now, at this moment, I am back in Australia because I'm celebrating my grandma's 95th birthday. So I'm here for a few days, and I'm glad I made into this live launch because only just last night we had our daylight savings. So I was having a bit of trouble finding exactly what time I needed to be on here. So I'm happy to be here.
Thank you so much, Mark. It's good to see you. And can we have a Tim? Now we have Tim. I actually graduated from Queens, so I know Crystal very well. Yes.
Great. Well, hello, everyone. My name's Tim Stiff. And like Scott Watanabe, I first met Harriet because I, too, was in the Toronto production of Phantom of the Opera for many years. And when this production came along, George and Harriet invited me to write the vocal arrangements. So all the vocal arrangements I was able to put together. And then I conducted the studio recording, or at least the backing tracks and whatnot, and was very pleased to be involved. And in fact, I was originally from Toronto, moved to Kingston, but now I live in a little place called Chaffee's Lock, Ontario. So no one can find me.
It's great. It's great.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Tim. And now can we have Soraya? Hi. Can you hear us? Soraya.
I think Soraya is still having trouble hearing.
Yeah. Okay. Soraya, can you hear us? Can you introduce yourself?
Hey,
to the
I'm trying to. I can't hear anything. There's some reason. I don't know
Hear
why.
you.
I cannot hear anyone talking. Basically, I have no clues what's happening. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, that's
Yes,
so. Okay, my setup. Okay, Hi, I'm Soraya. I don't know what's happened going on, but yes, I play Ping. Hi, everybody. Let me figure it out first.
Thank you so much. That's one of the charming part of live events, right? Great. Can we have Ivy now? Ivy, welcome, join us.
Hello, hello.
Oh, yes.
I'm in
Oh.
Malaysia now, and actually, I'm from Hong Kong. I'm the choreographer in Golden Lotus. Nice to meet everybody.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for joining us tonight or this morning. Yeah, and now can we have Samantha?
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Can you see me?
Yes.
Hi, everyone. Yes, I'm Samantha, and I play Madam Wang in Golden Lotus, and I'm now in Hong Kong, so it's now 8 a.m. here.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us. And,
Thank you.
And good morning. Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning. I hope everybody has something, coffee or breakfast or.
Yes, I already had 2 coffee. I'm so awake.
Thank you. Thank you. It's good to hear that. Good for you. All right, amazing.
Thanks.
So today's plan is because we are gonna celebrate this production, first live in Hong Kong album, and do you want me to come back? All right, perfect. Hi, it's Nick. Okay, thank you so much for joining us today. So for today's plan, I prepared some questions for everybody. I'm a huge fan. By the way, I'm a huge fan, and I'm the host of this event. So today, we have Billy. Hi, Billy. Can you hear us? You're muted, Billy.
Hey. Hello,
Amazing.
hello.
Hello, hello. Hello.
Hi. Do you all hear me okay?
Yes.
All right. Hello, everyone. Hi, I'm Billy, and I'm also based in Hong Kong. And good morning from Hong Kong. And I play Wu Da in the show. And lovely to see you all.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, George Gao. George. Hi,
Yes.
George Gao. The other George.
Hi.
Thank you for joining us. Can you do a little
Hi.
introduction of yourself? Yes.
Yeah, can you guys see me? Because I don't see myself here. It's okay, right? Yeah. Oh, wonderful. Okay, I'm George Gao. Currently, I'm in Hangzhou in China, and I'm so excited and so happy to see all of you again after so many years. And I actually was one of the first, uh, you know, first musician who's taking care of the arrangement of the Golden Lotus for the whole show. I remember so many years ago, George and Harriet, when we did so many sessions and went through so much memorable moments. And I'm so glad that now uh, we have lifted upper and make it much, won so many awards. And it's so great. Yeah, wonderful. It's great to see you guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you, George. Now, do we have everybody now? Or Ronan? We're still waiting for Ronan. Ronan's here. Oh. Okay, great. So for today's plan, we're gonna do some interviews because okay, Ronan.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello, everyone.
Can you introduce yourself for a little bit, Ronan? It's good to see you. I'm Nick, by the way. I'm the host.
Hello.
Yeah.
My name is Ronan Pak. I'm the actor in the cast from Hong Kong. Yeah, I'm playing the character of Ximen. Yeah.
Ximen.
How are you? How are you guys? Long time no see. Hi.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So we're gonna jump into the next section,
We're
right?
gonna try to see if we can get all three heads in and see if it bumps us out.
Let's
Bumps
try.
somebody out. Okay.
Oh, we're good.
Okay, that's good. Nobody
Harriet.
got bumped out. Okay,
Harriet.
Harriet,
Yeah.
come in. Let's see if we can all do this together.
Okay, great. It's the real reunion.
This platform counts the heads. Okay, we're all in. Nobody got bumped out. Awesome. Yeah. And Ivy is still here. She's just on mute, so she's with us still.
Yeah.
She introduced herself earlier.
Yeah.
So we know you're there, Ivy, and thank you for being with us.
Thank you so much. By the way, you guys know you have to talk to the mic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
to
yeah.
the-
Okay.
When you want to say something, just
Yeah.
like Great. So, all right. My name's Nick. I'm the host. I saw this production on Stratford Festival at home. It's fantastic. I'm a huge fan. I was not part of the show, but I'm part of tonight.
No, Nick is actually now part of the show because he just did the Chinese subtitles for Golden Lotus.
Yes, I translated the whole show.
Wow.
Which is going back on streaming on May 1st on Stratfest at home.
All right. Yeah.
So thank you, Nick.
Thank you. So now I'm part of the show. Amazing. Thank you so much. It's great. So for the first part, I'm gonna conduct some interviews for part of the creative team, and then we're gonna have some interviews for the behind-the-scenes stories. And everybody, please, if you have something to share, please, no hesitation, please share. And tonight's for the reunion, right? Tonight's for the reunion. So for the first part, I would like to ask some questions to you, actually, our producer. So, Golden Lotus is a story often read as a sharp portrayal of human nature, social structures, family dynamic, and desire in the Song dynasty in China. At the same time, it has remained deeply controversial throughout history, especially within educational and cultural context. What was the specific spark that made you want to or decide to revisit and re-examine the story through the lens of a musical? Why musical?
Well, I wanted to adapt a famous Chinese classic story into a musical. You know, I'm a big fan of Les Miserables. You know, Phantom, Notre Dame de Paris. These are the musicals, and these musicals are why I love musicals. So I wanted to do that for an Asian story and for a Chinese story. So I looked at all the great classics in Chinese literature, and I chose Jinping Mei Golden Lotus because I just found the story so fantastic. The characters are so rich and bloody and just realistic, and the story it's so epic. It's an intimate story, but it's so epic in scale. So I just saw this is like this story is actually like Notre Dame de Paris and Les Miserables combined. It has a scope and intimacy of Les Miserables, and has the actual kind of love triangle thing going, like a Notre Dame de Paris going. So it's a perfect combination of Les Mis and Notre Dame de Paris, and that's what I thought. And I said, this is the story, you know. So when I was reading, yeah, when I finished it, I remember finishing the novel in the hospital just after my daughter was born.
Oh.
And when I came home, I started writing it. We brought her home, sat her down beside me, just started writing the musical. That's when it started. So that's how it came to fruition. And I wanted to do a musical because I love musicals, and I wanted to be a sung through musical because the story is so dramatic, melodramatic, and to me, I feel that melodrama is best sung. You know, so that's why it's a sung through musical. And regarding the style of music, you know, I wanted to be pop rock. It's actually more rock than pop, but I wanted to have a Chinese influence, and who better to work with than George Gao? He was always, as a collaborator, right from the beginning when I thought of writing this musical, George was always the guy I wanted to work with to bring this music to life. And he did it, you know, 10 times better than, you know, anyone could expect. Thank you, George, for being such a big part of this, you know, because together we created a very unique musical sound that I'm very proud of. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And okay, in addition to that question, well, it's amazing. I would love, I mean, it's so fantastic to see a show that was adapted from a Chinese classic novel, and seeing it here in Canada is definitely one of the best and meaningful moments for my life, for my whole career. Thank you for doing that. Speaking of that, like, what made you decide to submit your production archival or the film the version to all the different film festival, and to be to make it like a part of the global musical history?
Okay, yeah. Well, that's pretty simple. I mean, you know, we filmed Golden Lotus. You know, maybe I said maybe we could show it to some people later, right? Like, who knows? Maybe somebody will be interested in seeing it later. So we filmed it, and then, you know, we put together this kind of rough cut, showed some people, and then, you know, COVID hit sooner than then COVID hit, and then there was like nobody. I couldn't even submit it to theaters; they were closed. So then we were just wondering, you know, what to do with it. And then a friend of mine suggested, "Hey, why don't you submit it to film festivals?" And I was going, "Really, film festivals? Would they consider this a film?" And then because it's a stage production. And they said, "Well, you never know until you try." So we started submitting it to a few festivals, and with the intention that maybe we could find an audience. Maybe at some film festival we'll get selected and it would actually get screened, and then, hey, then people will see it, right? So little did we know, we started winning awards at these festivals. So, and then it just grew and grew, and then we said, "Oh, we started winning awards. Well, why don't we make this film better?" So then we went back with my editor and we started bringing in more close-ups, improved the color, improved the sound. We did everything, and then so the version we had in 2021 is different than the version we had in 2022, and we started winning bigger and more prestigious awards in 2022 and then 2023, which, you know, culminated in winning the Best Picture award at the World Independent Cinema Awards, which is probably the most prestigious award we won, because that declared Golden Lotus as the best film out of their 11 annual festivals around Europe. So we were like the best out of the best. So that was a huge honor, and to go to Edinburgh, Scotland to receive that award was one of the highlights of my career for sure.
Yeah, thank you so much. Wow, that sounds like a lot of effort. But I'm just curious, what was the most challenging part of ensuring this best picture quality was preserved in a live recording? I mean, for both the musical itself, for the stage production as well, and the for the recording, for the film as well. Like, what's the most challenging part from your perspective as a producer?
Well, we shot it in 1080p, you know, back in back when the production was, right? But the standard had grew to 4K. So we upscaled it. We upscaled the picture to 4K quality. And in terms of the sound, we did as good a sound as we could at the time. However, this time around, when we did the live album, the new master for the live album, we also did a new remaster for the sound for the film. So the version of the film that we're gonna have for Stratfest at Home, that's gonna be re-released on Stratfest at Home on May 1st, is gonna have a newly remastered audio soundtrack. It's gonna sound fantastic. So we took the technology of the time, and now years later, we've upgraded it to the technology of today. So really, we're just doing the best we can to keep it current and alive.
Thank you so much. And now I have some questions for somebody else, if I may. Great. So I have a question for George Gao. Given that Golden Lotus is such a deeply Chinese story, why did you choose to score the musical through a combination of rock and Chinese classical instrumentation? And how do you think this specific musical language makes it a better piece?
Thank you. Actually, I didn't decide where to go in terms of the style, but it's obviously we need to do something very unique. This is when George and me and Harriet, we came together, because I came from a very strong traditional Chinese music background, and I'm also I've been reaching into other genres. And for this musical, at that time, I remember I was very excited to fuse rock elements and musical elements with the traditional Chinese elements. Not only the sound of the instrument, but also the melodic ideas and a lot of the inner lines of the melodies. So when I was doing the arrangements, I tried to strike a balance between the two. So not only that George and we came together with the same idea. We have to fuse different styles together. But also that's my interest into exploring the possibilities.
Yeah. It's beautiful. Yeah, they're all beautifully represented in the musical, right? Do you want to add on
Thank
something?
you.
Thank you so much, George. It sounds amazing, and it's so new. I mean, it's so innovative, like all the Chinese traditional instrument, and I mean, it's also arranged so beautifully. And thank you, George. And I do have another question for Tim, Steve. Tim, so one thing I love about this music is the richness of the vocal arrangements. They're so full and exciting. And you composed the vocal arrangements for the production and the studio albums, and now they're being heard in this live in Hong Kong album. And you also music directed the studio album and the backup vocals. So as the vocal arranger and the music director for the studio album, how did you approach shaping the vocal sound for this recording? What were your most focused on preserving or bringing out in the performances from your perspective? Yeah. Sorry, Tim, you're muted.
Right. Thank you for that question, Nick. In musical theater, the drama is carried by the words, right?
Yes.
But it obviously has to be supported by the music. So when I first started working with the material that George sent me, George Chang, I listened to it, and it was very easy for me to do it, because I think that George Chang and George Gao did all the heavy lifting. The music that George Gao created, I think, was just fantastic, so skillful and so perfect for it that it really made it easy for me to just fill in the blanks. I do come from a singing background, and so I know the ranges of the voices, but it just all I tried to do is stay out of their way and support them and just fill out the sound of the chorus. And something I didn't mention before is that I back before Christmas I finished completing the score. So I created a score for George. And I did so by watching the movie several times because I had to hear it and then decide how it would sound in a piano rehearsal score. And I got to watch all of these wonderful actors over and over and over. And I so enjoyed all of their performances. And then I so enjoyed listening to George's music again. So it's been a great project for me. But like I say, I just tried to do my job and stay out of the way of the great work that the two Georges did. They made it easy.
Two Georges. Oh,
I
hi.
want to show you. I want to show you that. And I told Tim. Tim gave me this printed and bounded score. I mean, obviously we have a digital copy too, but this printed and bounded vocal score of Golden Lotus was my best Christmas present. I got it like a few days before Christmas, and I'm opening Christmas presents, and this is sitting beside me. I'm saying, no, I like this the best. This was amazing. Thank you, Tim. It's so beautiful. And I know the cast wish they had this for the production. It was in pieces when we did the show. But now we do it again. We have it.
But what would you do for the rehearsal?
Oh, we just had some sheet music, some lyrics scratched on sheet music.
That was
Try to sing this. Maybe this will work.
that was my handwriting for the and I got one too. Take the state festival, so we got two.
Yeah. So we just had like some sheets of music, handwritten lyrics in them. Lyric sheets. Yeah, me singing bad versions of demos for them to hear what it's supposed to sound like. So yeah, we pieced it together. It's amazing how we did that.
Oh, it's amazing. So basically, you didn't even have a script, like a bounded script.
We didn't have a bounded script. We had a script, but we didn't have a fully completed vocal score.
Vocal score.
The vocal score was changing kind of every day.
It's amazing. So now if we are going to remount this production, it will be much easier.
Yeah.
Much easier. Thank you so much for doing that, Tim. And speaking of like the production, I mean, let's talk about the direction of the play. Now we have Emily Chan with us today. And thank you for joining, Emily. I do have a question for you. So Emily, Golden Lotus is a work filled with desire, emotional intensity, and moral complexity. Bringing that world to the stage must have required tremendous care and precision. But looking back now, was there a specific moment in staging that felt especially difficult to get right? What's the most challenging part for your directorial experience?
Thanks to the choreographer, I didn't, really see difficult when I was doing the show, but I do still remember the rape scene. Do you still remember it?
The rape scene,
That was a very hard scene to stage.
I took on the show because I like this novel a lot, not because it's controversial, but because the reason why it's controversial. It's about a woman who's trapped inside a cage, trapped inside a system, and she is looking for what she wants, and everyone thinks that like she has problems, but she's only like chasing for what she wants. I still remember the rape scene. We talked about it. I think George and I we really talked about it, like how we should stage that, like because it can be very controversial, and how we're gonna make it erotic, but not that erotic because we're putting it on stage anyway. And we're showing it to not only adults but kids are also common, and it has to be artistic, but we also want to like feel how Harriet, the character, I mean like the main character, like inside the cage, in the system, in society, and that makes it very difficult to like handle. Thanks to the choreographer, we finally like had a coming, like George and with the choreographer, and I think this is the most iconic, specific for me, directing the whole play. And also the last scene, I still remember the last scene, the very romantic scene. Wu Dai and Harriet, and holding him, and then we have a lot of video, and telling the end of the story and the tragedy. And, the scene was very, as I remember, and yeah, two scenes are the specific, can recall. 12 years now.
Thank you so much, Emily. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Well, I remember that scene. That scene was so well. It's really hard.
Which one?
I mean,
the raping
like
scene or
the raping
the last
scene.
scene?
It's like
Oh,
hey,
yeah,
they should put the trigger warning at the top of the play. I mean, it's like yeah, right. It's so well, like the passion, the desire, and the the misogynist part of the production. I mean, not the production, the story, the original story, and from that society, it just how did you decide like to make sure this part of from the novel is transferred like how say that transform it into a musical? Like how do you make sure it is represented on stage in a proper way or in an artistic way from your perspective as the composer or in book? Right.
Well, we were lucky to have two excellent dancers play Shimin and Golden Lotus, and they that was actually a very choreographed piece. When I look at that, I just see choreography. It was like beautiful, Ronan. You're like taking the lead, and Harriet's like your partner, and you're doing each step like it was like poetry in motion. So that's what I see. I see a dance piece when I see that part, So thank you guys. And we are blessed to have two dancers do it. Like Ronan's, he started off as a dancer, so that's why he moves so well, and Harriet did too. So, so yeah. I think that's how we pulled it off.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you. Now I have some questions because wow, it's already 8:30. So we have some questions for our cast members. Can we start with Scott? Hi, Scott. So George Chang mentioned to me that you were deeply involved in the project during its early development in New York. Could you take us back to that moment and share some of the stories of those beginnings? And when you first received the script, what was your immediate reaction to it? Yeah, we're very curious.
Oh, I got a recording. So George called me up and said, "Hey, he got invited to was it New York musical
The
workshop?
ASCAP Disney.
ASCAP workshop.
The ASCAP
Yes.
Disney
So-
workshop. Yeah.
So he had to put together a live presentation. Didn't know anybody in New York. He knew me, so he calls me up and said, "Hey, I got this project. Here's the music, and go find people who can populate the first act or the first half of the act or first half of Act 1." And it was a whirlwind to try to cast it and get everybody together, and Asian friends calling Asian friends and saying this is a project going to ASCAP. And they all volunteered and came in. And Tim, I wish we had a score because we were having to teach it by rote. And that was the first part of the journey. So.
Yeah, we were. Well, Scott was based in New York at the time, and he knew all the Broadway people. And Flower Drum Song was actually closing, and we were lucky to get some of the cast members like Telly Lung. And so the last couple weeks of their run on Broadway, we would rehearse with some of the Flower Drum Song cast and the other guys Scott got. And our first presentation was the very day after Flower Drum Song closed on Broadway. That's the only reason why they were able to do it, because the run had closed.
Yeah.
The show had closed.
Thank you so much for sharing that beginning stories of the Golden Lotus, the musical. And I have some question for you, Scott, like for your character, because your character. Oh, by the way, Scott is playing one of the most powerful characters in the musical, the district attendant, right? with a very high hierarchy in the play, who has the real power in the structure of the society. And I have a question for you. So your character seems to carry a strong sense of power and hierarchy within the world of the piece. How did you incorporate that status into the way you built the role? And do you personally see the character as a villain or as something more complicated than that?
I don't think I think he's an opportunist. So he's risen to a level of authority, and he's going to protect that position in any way he can. But he does remind us of certain political people right now who are not the most, how would we put this, most interested in humanity. He's very much interested in himself and maintaining or protecting his power. So. But whether or not he's a villain or not, I don't think he thinks he's a villain. Yeah.
I wanted to say something else about Scott, and I want to thank you in public because I want to tell the world that if Scott didn't help me basically run the entire New York workshop, there'd be no Golden Lotus today. Thank you, Scott. I mean, if we didn't do that workshop, none of this would have been possible because I got accepted into the workshop, but I was not capable of running it. I needed you, and you took the reins. You cast it. You music directed. You did everything, and you even
I even played the madam because we couldn't cast her.
we could have. Our madam bailed on us, so he played Madam Wong and the district attendant.
I want to see that.
So yeah, and also I want to say a kind of a funny story, like. We originally didn't think we could get Scott for Hong Kong because he was doing another show all summer, and then he wasn't there. And then like Emily said, George, you should play the role, and I'm going. I go. Nobody here knows who Scott Watanabe is. I am not half the singer that Scott is. Like
10%.
No, 5%. But I was like, okay, because we couldn't find anybody that I liked in Hong Kong to play the role. So then we were rehearsing, and I was like begrudgingly standing in for the district attendant during rehearsal and going, how can we find somebody else to do this? Because I shouldn't be doing this. And then finally later on, like midway in rehearsals, I call Scott. I go, Scott, when do you finish your show? And he said, oh, like kind of late August or something. I said, hey, we don't open till like mid-September. Can you come right after your show closes? So he came. He got in 2 weeks of rehearsal, and the tech, and then did the show, and it was fantastic. But I have one more funny story about it. When he stepped into the rehearsal hall late in rehearsals, none of the cast members except me and Harriet knew who he was and what he was capable of. When he opened his mouth and sang his first notes, every single person in that rehearsal hall jumped out of their seats. What the hell? I remember Samantha telling me, he doesn't need a mic. and thank you, Scott, for coming in and saving the show. Because actually, I want to say everybody, when I look at the film of the show and think about how all these awards were possible, I'm going to tell you why. It's because every single one of you, and the dancers included, was amazing. Like if one of you fell short, if even one of you just dropped the ball, it wouldn't have been where it was. Because if you had dropped the ball, it would have been so noticeable and it would have brought the show down. But you all kept the ball really high. You just kept passing it. And you did a great job from beginning to end. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that, George. I really appreciate it. Thank you for that story. From an audience perspective, it's just good to hear those stories because none of these would happen without all the effort everybody put into this single project. It's really good to hear that. All right. All right, great. So now I want to interview Harriet as the Golden Lotus as a character in the play. So in the original text, she's often framed as a wicked or not or morally dangerous woman. But in this musical, you seem to give her a much more complex inner life. How do you understand your version of Golden Lotus, and in what ways do you feel that she differs from the figure in the original novel? How did you approach the role of Golden Lotus to make her more than just a one-dimensional character?
Actually, the story is so complex and make it very interesting to play. Because when we talk about Pan Jingnian, Golden Lotus, nobody want to like, what, you're doing this, you are doing this, like everywhere is going like this, right? But they don't know like what George is capable of writing this amazing and complex story. And he gave Pan Jingnian, Golden Lotus, a new voice. So when I see a whole journey from she is so innocent and she's become like so bitter and become a serial killer. Okay. From the beginning, she was when she sang When I Close My Eyes, she was so innocent. She was imagining all this beautiful thing ahead of her. She's imagining all these things, and she's just a nice, innocent, beautiful girl. And then as the time goes, and she was trapped, like what Emily said, she was trapped in the cage. She was trapped in that era. So she was actually there's the yeah, sorry. Okay. She was trapped in the cage and she was trapped in the era. She cannot find her true love. So she was forced into a lot of bad things, one thing after the other. So it snowballed. And she become bitter and she become crazy even. Yeah. So it is a very complex, and this is one of the it's a journey. And even when like some of the people see like in the audience, they don't know the story. Some of them, they don't know the story. They were like at the beginning, they were like, oh, when I watched the movie or watched the show, and it was like so fun, a lot of dancing and smiling and beautiful songs. And then they said they will be like sitting on the edge more and more and more. So what is this? And they get really sucked into the story, and it's get more and more intense. And at the end, they actually cried. Like so many people cried, and they told me that it's so emotional. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so I think so. There's a second question for you. I hope that's okay. This is something all of us are curious about. Of all the songs in the musical, which one is your personal favorite? And when you sing the songs, what kind of inner world image, or like that song, your favorite song? When you sing your favorite song, what's your inner worlds like? What's the emotional landscape do you find yourself imagining? Is there a particular feeling, memory, or part of Golden Lotus does that come alive for you most strongly in that moment? We're talking about like the moment of that song, your favorite song.
Okay, it's very hard to find my favorite song because all my songs are so beautiful. And thank you for writing this incredible musical. So the first song is of course, is A World Away. It resonates. It's not just this song is not just good in the musical. Like after we did that, we do the after we do the musical, we done a single as well. So lots of people resonates with this song because this song is just like Wu Song just left, and then I cannot get him. I love him so much, and he's a world away from me. So I was very sad and despair, and and sh- and she actually still imagine one day like soaring raven reach the sky and touch the world of heaven. She hopes. She still hope, but at the end he's a world away. So lots of people use this song for actually missing the son or daughter is away in university, or even like people that pass away because they are a world away from us. So this song is resonates with lots and lots of people. So this is a very special song. Yeah.
Thank you so much. So that is your favorite song, right? You know,
I have too many.
too many.
Yeah, I can keep going.
I remember when I composed that song, I didn't have the lyrics yet, but I had an idea of what I wanted to say. I came up with the melody. And I remember I was in my basement just humming it at the top of my lungs and tears coming down my eyes. The melody was just so powerful. And I knew it had to be about the unbearable pain of missing someone so much. And that's all I knew at the time. That's how the song grew. But I came up with the chorus melody first. And yeah, so I remember that. I remember exactly
that moment.
That day that it came to me, this melody, and just humming it and go, whoa, and it's just crying the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, a lot of my fans on my Facebook or my social media platform, they actually, some of them, they say they have to hear this song every day. And yes, and they actually miss someone. Like that is the perfect song when you miss someone to listen to it. Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Okay, now I have a question for Shimon, one of the antagonists on the musical, right? Ronan, are you here?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Hi. Good to see you. So you earned a best.
Sorry, guys, I cannot hear you. Do you hear what I'm saying? Do you hear me?
We can hear.
Okay.
What you're saying. Yeah. You hear?
Because
Can you hear us
I
now?
think I cannot hear you.
You cannot hear us. All right. Can you hear the music? Like the
No
background?
sound from here.
No sound from there. Okay.
Maybe I need to
Maybe
I
we text him the question.
okay. I go out and I come back again. Wait.
We'll text you the question.
Okay, so
yeah, Joyce will text you the question. Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay, great. So, okay, Ronan's gone. Okay. Oh, yeah, we can skip him.
No,
we're gonna come back. Yeah, we're gonna come back. Skip. Now we're gonna talk to Samantha. Samantha.
Yes, hi. Can you hear me?
Hi, Madam Wong. Yeah, Samantha, congratulations on your Best Supporting Actress win at the Madrid International Film Festival for your portrayal of Madam Wong. Congratulations.
Thank you, Nick.
The character occupies a deeply antagonistic position in the story, and many viewers may see her primarily as a negative force. I have a question for you. In building your performance, how did you come to understand or justify her inner logic? What allowed you to approach her as more than simply a villain?
Thank you for that. And that is a good question because when it comes to like a villain, this kind of character, to me, I would see her as a human, not really a villain. So I just focused on understanding maybe her background, motivations, and the circumstances that shaped her actions. So by recognizing her struggles and the reasons behind her choices, so then I was able to see her as a complex character rather than like a one-dimensional villain. So this perspective allowed me to emphasize with her and appreciate what she does for her story and making her like more relatable and human. Yeah, so I think that would be more interesting as we approach a villain.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that answer. I still remember one of the songs that Samantha did in the musical. Her name is Golden Lotus. Like when you first introduced the Golden Lotus, right? That was a significant moment, right? Like one of the huge moments for the tragic ending. It's like you are one of the driver of the whole story. I just wonder, does that so do you have any like interesting rehearsal memories for that song during the rehearsals, or does it take you just like when we are hearing that song again, but we are skipping that part today, right? Because we're not listening to that song now. But I just wonder, what were you thinking? Like, what's your artistic choice for that song specifically? Her name is Golden Lotus, like as one of the major driver of the tragic storylines in play. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that scene. And as I remember when we rehearsed that part, it was like we try to construct the whole scene together. So we have Emily as the director, and then we talk about it. We try to like analyze what's happening, and we know that is a crucial scene that I need to like sell Golden Lotus to Shimon, and how how I sell her as like wow, she's so precious, and wow, you need to try to get her by all means, like that. And so I remember when we rehearsed that scene, and then we think about how to make it like showcasing her. And so we make use of the balcony. Yes, the balcony. Yeah, because our set is really huge actually, and so we think about, oh, how can we make use of the set in a proper way or fully utilize it. And then so finally we came up with, oh, what about me and Shimon like walking up to the balcony, and then it's like watching an animal in a cage when we overlook Golden Lotus down there. So it's like that. So I think this is a very interesting way to like showcase her. Golden Lotus, oh, she's like an animal in a cage that, oh, everyone want to get her, and then so we are on top of her. And I think the whole picture would also give a more dimensional meanings of that scene.
Yeah, I remember that thing, that moment, the subjectification of female body. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was staged beautifully. You have the dual stories, and it's where you hear all the backstory of Golden Lotus. And Madame Wang is the one who reveals why Golden Lotus and how Golden Lotus ended up with Wu Da. So it's very important because nowhere else in the musical is it explained except in that song. So the information, the story that Madame Wang reveals there is very important. And Samantha did an amazing job. And Emily did a great job in staging it. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was a very strong moment. I still remember that. All right, since Ronan, you're back. Okay.
Yes.
Welcome. It's good to hear you.
Hi. Oh.
Hi. So, Ronan, you earned a Best Supporting Actor nomination at the Madrid International Film Festival, and for your portrayal of Xi Menqing. Congratulations. Yeah. And
Thank
how
you.
do you feel Xi is portrayed in Chinese culture, and is that how you intended to play him in our musical?
Yeah. Thank you very much. And I think Simon is a very classical character in Chinese culture novels. But he also, I think in China, most of the people know this character. But at the same time, he's a fictional character. So how I approach this character in many ways, because under the usual labels, he's seen as a bad guy, as a villain. But in the way I approach this character, I don't want to play myself as someone who think, oh, I'm a bad guy. I don't want to play like this. So, because people who are considered bad, generally, if I'm a bad guy, I won't think I'm bad. I just do normally. This is who I am. I won't think I'm a bad guy. So how I approach this character, so I start from, I need to see myself is, oh, this is who I am. I'm just normal people who doing this normally. Yeah. So and this is how I start from this character. And I'm luckily we have a very good director, and also Josh and Harriet, and a very good music and lyrics. I just trust the lyrics, trust the music, and trust the whole cast. And yeah, it's really challenging.
It was
I remember
really
the
challenging.
I remember the first rehearsal. While I rehearsal the song "Paradise" with Harriet, is just blowing my mind. It's really tough. Yeah.
That's one of my favorite songs. It's just such a colorful song, and you pulled it off great. But one thing I do want to say, I've never actually told you, because when my kids saw the show, they were young, like I don't know what were they, 10, 11 or something,
Oh no.
and and they loved your character the best, well, because you made them laugh. You were so funny, and my son just was peeing his pants whenever you on stage. You know what I mean?
My God.
He said
Yeah.
he's so funny, and that's one thing that I didn't expect. Like, you could write something on the page, but when you bring it to life like you did, you brought so much levity to the role, which he had some funny lines, obviously, but you really brought a lot of humor to the role, which made the arc, the journey for She-Man even more interesting, because you go from this, really carefree kind of,
Thank
jokes,
you.
jokey kind of guy, to this serious antagonist who does some pretty mean stuff. So yeah, you really
Thank
gave
you very much, Josh.
you really gave
You
the
know,
journey a great ride.
because I'm not a native English speaker, and sometimes the lyrics I don't get it at the beginning. Just luckily I have you guys to explain everything to me, and then I can trust you guys and to do what I can do. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for doing such a great job.
Thank you so much. Oh, that was I still remembering like when I was translating the whole piece, like all the Ronan's lines are very difficult to translate because they're very funny. They're very funny.
Chinese, like Paradise. Yeah, Paradise would have been difficult to translate, right?
Yeah, and some joke like Master Seaman and Master Seaman. No, I'm not gonna say that. I hope there's no kids. Yeah. Oh, that's the other. Yeah, that joke.
Paradise has lines like, sliding my turtle in her red bean pie.
Oh, hey, we had George.
You have to translate that. How do you translate
We have a lot of kids here. All right, I don't get it. Yeah, we're just talking about food. Hey. Okay, now the mic is in my hand. Sorry. Thank you for staying with us. All right, now I have a question for Billy as Wu Da. Hi, Billy.
Hello. Hi,
Hello.
guys.
And congratulations on your nomination for the Best Supporting Actor at the Film Fest International Rome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So to me, Billy, Wu Da feels like one of the most innocent characters in the story. He drinks, but he also seems to carry a real love for life. So a lot of people are curious about the physical demands of the role. You are hunched over and limping for so much of the show. Why was that choice made? And what was the hardest part of sustaining that physicality? And how did you keep it truthful from the beginning to the end?
Yeah. The most challenging part is to keep my back hunched, and my neck and shoulders were obviously holding on all the pressures, and I found ways to try to sustain and also use that physical gesture to help to maximize my vocal. Actually, one thing about being hunchback is that I can find more support in a way. One way to describe it. And I would also imagine my back is the amplifier, so I sort of sing and also speak through my back, and that's the idea that helped me carry through the show and also get me into the character. And as for the reason why it was hunched back, I actually forgot why I made that choice because it was so long ago. But I remember
We had discussed it, Billy, because
yeah,
you're kind of too tall, a little bit too tall for the role. So to make you shorter, hey, maybe you could do a hunch. you know.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's
Okay.
why we did that. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? It actually makes sense because when I look from an actor's perspective, I start thinking about his psychological state that reflects in his physicality. Wu Da is. Thank you, Emily. I know, right? Thanks. Yeah, because my character is supposed to be so ugly, right? So he is very insecure. He is very honest. He's very humble, but he's not happy. That's why he kept drinking, and you know the sense of insecurity makes him goes inwards sort of, so that hunchback makes sense. And because he sells fun, so he's also, the more insecure he is deep inside, the more he tried to please the people in the outside world. So hunching back, going inward, round my shoulders, round my back, but also go inward. I think that physicality can maintain the psychological state of Wuda uh, the whole way through. Yeah, so that is sort of my approach, and I also would like to take this opportunity to pay kudos to our set and costume and makeup teams, because I think the costume itself and the makeup, like how to make myself look ugly, but you know, have the ancient sort of feeling and vibe, really goes, credits really goes to our amazing set and costume team. For those of you who are not familiar with the design team in Hong Kong theater, we had the top set and costume designer, Mo.
Yeah,
She
Momo, yeah, she was
Yes,
amazing.
she's now my colleague in Hong Kong Academy for Performing Arts also. She teach set and costume. And I remember when we had our makeup trial, we had Long Go. Long Go is the teacher of all the teachers in theater makeup scene. And I think it was his makeup on my face that really helped me get my character from a psychological sense. So thanks for all the designers as well.
Yeah.
You know what's funny, Billy, and in some of our promotional pictures of the
Yeah.
show, they're of you, I think, in a dress rehearsal. So we don't have the smear on your face. So which you had in the production. So you actually look better in some of the publicity photos than you did in the actual show. You know what I mean? So there's a little contrast there. It's funny. I noticed
Yeah.
that, quite a while ago, but it's fine. Yeah, it works. And I want to tell a little funny story about Billy. I remember when he auditioned, and I was like going, "This guy's amazing, but what role can he play?" Like, he's not Wu Sung, because he's not the big, tall, strong guy. He could play She-Man, but he could maybe play Wu Da. Like he could have played any of the leads. He could have even played Fruit Peddler. You could have. But you were younger then too, right? So it was really like, well, let's see who else we could find, and then the pieces start coming together. We got our Wu Sung, we got our She-Man, we got our Fruit Peddler, and we had Bill. He had to be in the show somehow. So there you go. Wu Da. It's perfect, because you could play that role too. So it was funny. So we had this, we auditioned, we had this guy. We knew he had to be in the show. We knew we had to give him a role, but we didn't know which one right at the beginning. But because he could have played any of them, and you would have did great in any of them. So but thank you for playing Wu Da and being such a good sport, and playing probably the most, unappreciative role in the thing, but very important role, very important role.
And we have many people audition for that role.
Yeah, we had many people who actually looked more the part, but because of your talent, you got it. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you. I mean, besides all the physicality that we just talked about, and like the most handsome Buddha in history. Thank you for the comments. That was so funny. That was so funny.
Yeah,
Exactly.
we even thought he could even play District Intendant. Like you could have played any role.
I do have a second question. Like people are craving for an answer. Do you feel that Uda's fate was inevitable from the very beginning, or do you think there was ever a real possibility for his fate to unfold differently from your perspective? Yeah.
That is a very interesting question, because talking about fate, you can't change the script really, and I was just thinking how miserable he is as a character and as a person. And looking back in real life, there are so many people who don't feel that they are enough, who don't feel that they deserve what they have. And I think that is exactly the problem of Wuda. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if how much of the fate part dictates him, but I think if Wuda can give himself just a teeny bit of self-worth, his life might change. It's about it's really real. It's about how you see yourself, how confident you are, and it's all about you know claiming the things that you have, and knowing that you are worthwhile, worthy for it. I think that's very important. So it's come from his insecurity deep down, and yeah, he doesn't think he deserves anything really. So that's the root of the tragic part of this character.
The tragic fate, the flaw of the character.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Now we have Soraya. Hi, Soraya as Ping, Li Ping'er, right? In the novel, that's Li Ping'er. Soraya, can you hear us now?
Hello. Yes, finally.
Hello. Soraya, your performance,
Hey.
and especially Little Brother Mandarin, was one of the most moving
Aw.
parts of the musical. For me,
Thank
for
you.
Nick, personally. Yeah, Ping as a character feels very different from many
Yeah.
of the other characters in the world of the piece. There's a tenderness and emotional closeness in her that makes her especially affecting. When you
Yeah.
approach this role, how did you
Yeah.
understand what made Ping so distinct, and how did you work to preserve that sense of intimacy and humanity within such a morally turbulent world?
Right. Yes. Well, thank you. That's really mean a lot to me. Yes, I think Little Brother Mandarins is a very special piece for me too. And when I first read the script, I was drawn to Ping because she feels so different from other characters. She's not cynical or guarded, and she's like a soft, tender gap in the middle of a very harsh world.
Yeah.
What makes her very unique, and I think, is that she doesn't fight the chaos with force or irony, and she represents she represents the traditional Chinese woman in the old time, very gentle, and when I preparing the role, I kept asking myself, how does someone keep their inner light from going out in such a dark world, like dominant by men? And also think of my great grandmother in the old time, what in their mind. But then I discussed with George, playwright and director, and I think we both agree that Peng isn't naive. She's not naive. She is humbly sees everything clearly, but she
Yeah.
chooses to stay kind and gentle,
Yeah.
which is pretty much sync with my personality in a way. which pretty much like also cause of course there's insecurity when the world dominated by men, so
Patriarchal.
it's I really enjoy playing that role so much.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that was
Thank
my
you.
favorite song in the musical.
Yeah?
My little
Ah.
because that song is kind of like the hope, and the hope just was put out like by you, Harry, your character. Yeah.
And it's so touching because that song is a cappella. It's the only
Oh yes, yes,
real a cappella song,
yes.
I mean, the prologue is a bit a cappella, but there's some background sound, but
Yeah.
yours was pure, just you singing. It was such an intimate moment. Well, thank you
Yeah,
for pulling it
yeah.
off. You sang it so sweetly.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much for
you.
having you here today, Soraya. Oh,
Thank
and
you.
by the way, people in the Zoom, not Zoom, people in the YouTube or other channel, please don't hesitate to put down some questions for us, because we're gonna, if you have any questions or curiosity,
Yeah, you could address it to anyone, and we could read it off and answer it for you.
thank you. And now, can we have Mark? Hi, Mark. Good to see you. Yeah. So, as the fruit peddler, we have a question for you.
on.
As the fruit peddler, you're the most. You're almost the eyes and the ears of the street. You even have a song about that. And watching the tragedy unfold from the outside, you're the bystander. You're the witness. How did you use your movement and voice to make that world feel alive and lived in for the audience? And do you have any rehearsal memories with the director or the ensemble that come to mind when you think about how that world was created all together?
Movement wise, I think play myself as a person being in a village, hearing about all these news. Voice wise, slightly different. I think because of the way the music was written, and of course when I first heard the score and the orchestral arrangement, I was like, wow, this is rock pop. And as a storyteller, kind of leading the audience into that, my voice needed to come through. So I knew it was probably, rather than having a clear contemporary musical theatre voice, I had that rock voice, but also rock voice to pierce through the rock music. So I added some vocal distortions to help it pierce through the music as well. In terms of my attitude of playing the character, it was really nice to watch the drama unfold in front of me. It's kind of just experiencing it like the audience. When I first went into this Golden Lotus production, actually I didn't know the story. So reading the script and even some of the rehearsals, when you're hearing about the backstories of each character, I'm kind of like, oh wow, that's really interesting. So rather than playing it as a narrator that's kind of knows the stories and it's unveiling it to the audience, I was kind of more like, oh, this is happening in this town. Did you know this about Wuda? Oh my goodness, Golden Lotus is going through that drama. So I was very proud of me there.
Yeah, thank you. Well, I mean, it's a very like funny caricature in the play. It's almost like like we are talking about Western theater, like fruit peddlers function as a fool, right? It's just a very well written gossip. Yes.
Yeah, I remember when Mark auditioned for us. It was like we knew he was the fruit peddler right away. The role was yours right away. There you go. You just sang a song. Yep, fruit peddler. There you go. You were perfect for the role. Thanks for being part of the show. It was awesome.
It was lots of fun.
Awesome
Thanks for
working.
having me.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mark. And I would like to open up a little bit. And I have a final question to everybody in our cast. Do you have any memories about the rehearsals or during the run that you would like to share? I mean, it has been like almost 10 years, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to say something too. I know Ivy Chung is listening. I just wanted to say thank you to Ivy because not only was she the choreographer, she was like basically the lead producer. She brought the show to Hong Kong. Without her, she's the one who enlisted Momo, Emily, Longor, got the cast and put it all together, supplied the rehearsal space, got the venue. Like, you know, I just brought the musical. You know, she made everything happen. She had all the connections and everything and just made it all happen. Thank you, because without her, this wouldn't have happened. And I still remember when I pitched the musical to Ivy. We were in one of her dance studios and it was just me and her, and with the script in hand, I was playing the musical, of all the demo tracks, showing her the entire musical and starting certain places. And then by the end of it, she's just said, this is amazing. You know, we have to do this. And I think that was around 2011 or something. And then, and there you go. I had this show up in 2014. So I remember that memorably. I remember being in the studio with you, Ivy, showing you the musical and talking about it. It's one of the most memorable experiences of my life because, because the musical connected with you, all of this was able to happen. Thank you.
Can I say something? Yeah. So, and also thank you, Ivy. This is a backstory. I don't know if any of you guys actually know. I almost didn't do the role of Golden Lotus. Yes. Because we were thinking of casting like some star, like bigger star to, and also this would be my like the biggest role of my career, and I just don't want to mess it up for this amazing composer. So I was thinking maybe I should do the choreography, maybe I should do the vocal coach instead. And then Ivy was saying that you create this from the beginning. This is your baby. You give birth to this baby, you want to give it to someone else? Are you crazy? She said, of course you can do this. So she's like she really boosts me. She's like, you can do it. You're amazing. Just do it.
Yeah, I like to add too, you know, like I actually had no doubts that Harry could pull it off. You know, I'd seen her perform for years, and yeah, that was the least of my worries, her. So thank you for being the rock, you know, because you know, we had to put the show together. If I had to worry about Golden Lotus too, I would have had a nervous breakdown. So, but hey, I'd like to congratulate Harriet too, because she got a outstanding actress nomination in Hong Kong for the stage production, and she won like 5 best actress awards at film festivals. And I'd like to congratulate the cast, every one of you, all the principal cast here, Boon Ho, all the guys, people in the dance ensemble and the kids. You all are award winners because at the World Class Film Awards, the very last film festival we were at in 2023, you guys all won the Best Acting Ensemble Award. So every single one of you is an award winner. And actually, next time one of us goes to Hong Kong, we should bring it so that every one of you could take a picture with it, because it's all yours. You all share this award together, you know, in addition to the nominations awards you also got. And I also want to say Emily won the Best Director Award at Film Fest International Rome, which I was very, very happy to receive for her. And George and Tim, I share every single Best Original Score award with you two, because the three of us made this sound together. Thank you so much. And Momo, for the costumes and design, we won many awards for those. You're amazing too. And Ivy, every producer award we shared together. Thank you.
Yeah, this is the ensemble.
Oh yeah, here is your best.
Talk to the mic.
Here is your best. What does it say? Best acting ensemble, Golden Lotus, which I received for you in Mexico City. I went to Mexico City to get this for you guys. Yeah, it's all yours. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I just want to read aloud like some comments in our chat. Jason said, it's such a touching, mesmerizing, devastating, incredible production with phenomenal writing, production, and performances. What a truly exceptional piece of work. I should wear my glasses anyway. It's great. Thank you so much, Jason.
See all your comments and questions here, so keep them coming if you have any.
Yeah. Thank you so much. All right. Let's open up a little bit. Like any memories or stories you like back like behind the scenes stories you would like to share to our audience globally. Now it's the time.
Anybody?
Billy. Yes.
Hello, guys. Memories. I actually want to extend from memories because it was 12 years ago, right?
Yes.
And back then we were so young and we were so we were just, we don't know what this thing is about, but just go for it, that sort of spirit. And we all went in. And 12 years on, looking back, how much we have changed, and the magical thing of now we are gathering together again online is quite magical in a sense, because some of the dances, talking about rehearsal moments, I really enjoy watching Ivy's choreography with the dancers. Although I was not in it, but I remember, because the dance studios is not as big at the stage, so I was like, standing outside the room, just looking into the room through the glass, and I just seeing all these young and amazing dancers doing all this choreography, and now some of them are doing actually quite well. Some of them went overseas. Some of them went to dance company, become full-time dancers, and then also left and then do their own thing, and then yeah, our journey 12 years on it's just been amazing, and friendships as well, and because of this show, it was my first time working with many of you guys, professionally, and Samantha and I are now have a show together, and
Oh, wow.
because of the work, because of this work, I think doing theater is something that is quite magical, because you don't know what that project would lead you to, and what's different about doing film is that in theater we work so closely, almost like a family, for a very intensive period of time. And then although we don't get in touch for a long time, but when there's a chance to get together, we feel like, oh, we know that person quite well because of the time we were together. So yeah, friendships, memories, how life will take us, and thanks to George and Harriet working so hard after the production that even left some of us footprints in Europe, and that is just surreal. but it's amazing. So thank you all.
Yeah, I was just talking to Billy about your show with Samantha, and I was just saying I was gonna introduce Nick to this show. They have a very good show, so I'm gonna talk to Nick about it.
In Hong Kong? Talk about
Yeah.
it now. Talk
Yeah.
about it
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
I saw it. I saw it in
yeah.
Hong Kong. It was amazing, and I brought friends to that. And you guys have to see it. It will come back, right? The show. It come back.
So Samantha and Billy, you want to tell us a bit about your show?
Samantha, maybe you tell them a little bit, because I've talked a little bit, so maybe it's your turn. Yes.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh yeah. The show is how to say? Actually, it's a food show that we cook and perform at the same time. So the audience can listen to our stories, listen to our play, and they can also smell the food while we are preparing, and they can, of course, they can eat the food as well. So it's a all dimensional dining performance. Can I say that? Yeah, so it is very interesting, and we're going to do an episode 2. So we are trying to explore more possibilities in how to cooperate performance in cooking, dining, this kind of immersive experience.
Yes. Can I also add that
No,
thanks
you
to
can't.
Golden Lotus, because without Golden Lotus, I didn't know Samantha can cook so well, and it's just
Oh.
coming from my crazy idea of the fact that I want to do a show where people needs to eat, and by eating, I don't mean just a bite, like they have to experience the whole, like a full meal is almost, and I was thinking, like, who is a good actor and also a really good cook. And Samantha came to my mind because during our rehearsal, she baked. I don't know if you guys remember. She bakes stuff. She makes stuff to rehearsals, and that's how I knew she could cook so well. And when I had to find someone who is good at acting and cooking, she came to my mind. So that's how it started.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
great.
forced you guys to eat
And
what I
Billy-
made.
Billy's gonna send me a video. Billy,
Yeah.
you said you're gonna send me a video. Good. We want to see it. I'll show it to Nick too. And I want to say,
Wait. And I ate those 3-course meal. He cannot send that to you. That was yummy food.
yeah, I also want to say, Soraya has a show called Voices of a Siren, which has toured festivals around the world. And I've been working with her, and we're going to be getting it on a streaming platform, Stratfest at Home. Congratulations, Soraya. You worked really hard on the show. Your performance was great. And
Thank you so much. Thank you.
we got the video to a level where they basically green lighted it. They're just waiting for the final
Oh
edit.
yes.
So that's great.
And,
I'm waiting for them. You're gonna give them to me Tuesday, right?
and yes, yeah. Oh, okay. Yes, no, and
You have
thank
a
you
good
so
life.
much. Thank you so much. I admire your details, and oh wow. I'm working on it, boss. I producer, and then also the producer of Voices of the Sirens, George. Yeah, thank you so much
Soraya.
for yes.
Really congratulations, because I remember that was your dream. We talked a lot during Golden Lotus. And you
Yes,
told me
yes.
you want to be a dancer and
Yes.
singer and actress, right? And
Yes,
you did them all. Yeah, congrats.
And I also want to
Thank you
say
so much.
I follow all you guys on social media. I know Mark. Mark has a theater company. You're always doing a new show. Like I don't know how many shows you've put up. Like, what are you working on next, or what's your next thing?
Yeah, so my theatre company mainly works with children's musical theatre education in Hong Kong. And so every summer in Hong Kong, which is July, August, we put on a big production. And so this summer we're doing Grease with them, which will be my company's 4th production. So we take on about 60 students and create a giant musical for them. That's fun.
That's nice. That's great. So you want yes. So I also and Scott. I remember when Scott was great. He came in late into rehearsals and just became such a huge part of the show. He was our unofficial resident photographer, and he just took all these backstage photos. He took everyone aside and had a little photo shoot with them, and he created a real photo package. Does anybody have that still? Does
Wait,
anybody?
I actually have some photo that I still like. It's so good,
You have
like so professional.
I can't find it. I want it.
Oh, I can send you. I have some like in costume. Oh, so good. Like, I love the photo
Do you
so
have
much.
the whole thing, Scott?
I think so. I have to go back and look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you put it together and let's share this? Like it. And by the way, Scott is like a professional photographer. If you go on his Facebook, oh my God, his photography is world class. Yeah, I don't know how you do that. You're a magician with a camera. Yeah. So yeah, if you can bring that the photos and that whole package to us, it was amazing. It was a really real treat. Like after the run, he gave it to everyone, and it was just like a nice present. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everybody. It's just amazing to witness all the memories. I mean, memories. 12 years are just too long for me to imagine, right? But it's just, unfolding in front of me. Yeah, let's talk about the album, because now we're launching our Live in Hong Kong album today. Yeah, so I would like to, because we are wrapping up, before we wrap up, I would like to invite everybody in the chat, like everybody who's watching the live streaming with us, to open your Spotify with us, and
or YouTube, or whatever your favorite streaming platform. It's on Spotify, YouTube,
Apple
Music,
Music,
Apple Music,
Apple Music.
Deezer, Tidal, everything. And she just sent Joyce, our assistant here, has just put our manager, our everything, mission control person. who's off
Joyce
camera,
also over here. Yeah.
just over here beside us. She put the link up there, which is highlighted, and that's the album with all the links to all the streaming platforms where you could listen to the album. So please listen to it. And when you do listen to it, please remember it's a musical. So it's a story. So if you listen, if you start it, you gotta, to get the true payoff, you gotta finish it, because everything builds toward that end. Because the end, because when I wrote the musical, it was all about making what happened before the ending, so that the ending would work. So, and because if everything wasn't executed perfectly before the ending wouldn't work. But because it did, because everybody did their role, everybody did a great job, everybody portrayed the characters, sang sang the songs perfectly. That's why the ending paid off. So if you listen to the full musical, you'll understand why Golden Lotus has received the success it has. And thank you all for making it all happen. Oh, and
Can I ask George for one question?
yes, yes.
So you prefer, if people first know this show, you prefer, you suggest them to watch the show first, streaming, or listen to the album first?
Well, thank you for asking that question, Sarah, because Golden Lotus is going to be back online at Stratfest at Home. It's the streaming platform for the Stratford Festival. We had already streamed there for 18 months in 2024 and 25, but now we have a newly remastered soundtrack for the film. So on May 1st, it's going to go back on Stratfest at Home for another run, so they can watch it there too. Now, that requires you either renting it for $4.99 Canadian or whatever it is in your country, or subscribing to their platform, so you could do that, or you could just stream it on your favorite streaming platform when you're on the bus or subway, you're driving your car, when you're on a long run or something, you can listen to it, so it's there for you, and there's a lot of good songs you can listen to. I recommend, when you first listen to it, listen to the whole thing. And then obviously, when you go back to it, obviously you'll have some favorite songs. You can go back to those and listen to those. And then when you get a chance to see it on a good sized screen in a dark room with good speakers, watch the movie, because then you get a better theatrical experience. If you're watching it on your phone in a shopping mall, you're not going to get a theatrical experience. Yeah. So wait until you have a good environment and watch it on Stratfest at Home, and then you could get the full theatrical experience.
Absolutely, totally agree. Before we wrapping up, we would like to share one behind the scenes video clip that it was exclusive.
Golden Lotus is a modern-day adaptation of the classic Chinese novel Jinping Mei. It was originally published in 1610, but it's been banned in China since 1687, where it's considered a work of pornography. My goal in writing this musical was to share this wonderful classic Chinese story with not only the Chinese, but with people all around the world. The music is an exciting fusion of pop rock and Chinese harmonies and instrumentation. It's a very, very unique sound, and one in which we worked very hard to create. Hong Kong is the perfect place to put up the world premiere of Golden Lotus. In Hong Kong, you have an audience that knows and loves the story, you have an audience that understands English, and you have the creative talent here to be able to put up a world-class show.
I will cry out loud in the mountains.
And we all hope you'll come and see this modern day adaptation of Golden Lotus.
So the rehearsal hall was too small.
Yeah,
So
well, that was
small.
one of the rehearsal halls we rehearsed in. We rehearsed in another one. It was bigger, yeah.
That was bigger.
Yeah, but the day we shot that rehearsal, it was in the smaller one. Yeah, but man, that bring back memories. Anyone? Does anyone want to say anything? No. Well, I remember. I remember just going to rehearsals and I was just basically watching most of the time. Sometimes I get asked questions, and Emily was hounding me with rewrites and cuts. So cut this, cut this, cut this. Oh, it was like a stab. Every cut was like a stab in my heart. But it's good that you did that because it's in a good shape now. It needed it. But that's what I remember. Just watching you guys put it together and just being in awe because for years I just written it and it was all just in my imagination, and for you guys to stand there in the rehearsal hall and bring it to life every day was just, it was a dream come true. The whole experience was surreal for me, the entire experience, and it's one that I'll it probably the best experience. I'm an actor too. I've been in many rehearsal processes. And, like anyone who's created their own show, right? Billy, Samantha, Soraya, Mark, it's like when you see your own work getting put on its feet. It's amazing, So thank you all. But I also wanted to say, we're here because we're launching the Golden Lotus live in Hong Kong original cast recording album. Now, the significance of this is, after years and after, look, I was telling the cast before we went live that, when we did the show, we had some pretty decent reviews. The audience response was exactly what I wanted. Everybody was in tears, everybody was crying at the end of the show. I don't know if you know this, cast, but, and that's what I wanted. So, I thought, hey, we did our job. We did a nice show. But it wasn't until like almost a year later that we got nominated for awards in Hong Kong for the Hong Kong English Theater Awards. We got 3 nominations and we won for Best Original Work. And that was the first time when I realized, hey, maybe the show is pretty good, because between closing and then there was no one saying that, And then when we went to the film festivals and started winning all these awards, and then people at the film festivals, the jury members telling me, this is an amazing musical. They told me, we know this is not a real film, but you won because this musical is fantastic. And you filmed it just good enough to qualify as a film. It just made it. It just made all the specs. So that's why we won. So with that validation, it just gave me the impetus to say, hey, you know what? This is good enough to show the world. Let's show the world what the OG cast, what the original cast, what the original creators put up. Because, in the future, it might get, rearranged, reorchestrated, maybe new musician, more live musicians, different cast members, who knows? But this is the original cast and creative team's work. And this is what brought Golden Lotus to the world stage. So I wanted to canonize it in all your voices, all your efforts, all the composing, me, George, Tim, we did, Emily's direction of everybody, this is all in the live album. And so I'm so glad that now it's going to be streaming for as long as we're around. So that's great, So in many ways, it's more accessible than the streamed film. Streamed film will be out there, but I think even more so, this music is readily accessible to everyone. So I think this is, in many ways even more important. And I'm just so grateful that you guys all came to join us to celebrate this moment that I considered very special. And that's why I wanted to have this reunion with you guys to share, the feelings the wonderful feelings I have about this. And thank you.
Thank you so much, George. I think this is the wrapping up of the today's reunion. What a reunion! Now I feel I'm part of the team. I'm yeah, I am as the simplified Chinese and traditional Chinese translator for the subtitle. Great, thank you. It's my great honor to be joining you tonight, and thank you for everybody from YouTube, from Facebook, from all the streaming platform joining us. But I would like, before we end, I would like to invite everybody to open your Spotify or YouTube or Apple Music. We're just gonna, or Amazon Music, and we're gonna. Right now I'm gonna start like listening to the OG
Yes, please.
Live in Hong Kong
Because the
album.
more you stream, especially in the first week or two, the more the algorithm pushes the album out to people. The first week especially is very important for the music streaming industry. So please, cast members, everyone watching, please spread the word, because the more we spread the word early on, the more the algorithm pushes it out.
Yeah.
So, and thank you for being a part of it.
Thank you so much. Let's make the world hear Golden Lotus.
So let's all press play together.
1, 2, 3, yeah. Oh, it's all over the place. Okay. Great. All right. I think that's the wrap up of today's reunion. It's good to see you, everybody.
Thank you.